Alrighty. Had to redo this because I'm only allowed to do like 15-minute videos to put up on YouTube. So that kind of sucks on my webcam, anyways. Alrighty, I'm going to see what the results were. There's only, as far as I know, there was only 2 posted, and that was mine and another guy's fight. So, which were both round 1s. Honestly, you want to know something? I seen the results, and mine was the shortest fight of the night, which kind of makes me embarrassed and a little bit pissed off, to be honest with you. To be honest, it pisses me off because my fight should have lasted longer. If I would have been able to get up, I probably would have been able to go a little longer, you know. But hey, it is what it is. It's another fight, another learning experience. But you know, it sucks because I gotta get a win. You know, no one's gonna really take me seriously if I don't have a win. But Brian Radke versus Nate Jennerman, TKO, round 1, 2 minutes and 58 seconds in. And then of course Tim Holman versus Michael the Reaper Mahern. Submission, strikes. Well, it was just to clarify things up. It wasn't submission. It was tap out. It's just I couldn't find tap out on here, and it was due to strikes. 9 seconds in. So if you go on to be honest, I actually wanted to see Bobby fight last night. I guess, where are the results? MMA Recap has results of last night's fight, and there's 2 results on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to MMA Recap right now. MMA Free Agent has them too, but I'm gonna go to MMA Recap. Because of the fact that, hell, my name's in there. Huh. So, I'll read you actually the results of that fight. They do, by the way, have a Facebook and a Twitter. Also, quick note, donate to the Jeff Dunbar Fund. He was recently paralyzed. So, alrighty. Let's take a look at latest headlines. Team Curran MMA. Ooh, that's not bad. Woodstock, Illinois. Good facility. Good facility. Alright, Offsides Barn, XFO Offsides Fight Night play-by-play results. I'm going to read it word for word. XFO Fight Night took place at Offsides Bar and Grill in Woodstock, Illinois on January 21st. The XFO officially put on 9 amateur fights for a night of MMA action. MMA Recap was on site to bring you the play-by-play and the results. Nick Dunsky versus Sean Bridgman. A shot early from Sean Bridgman was stopped when Dunsky snatched a guillotine. Bridgman defended, but was still stuck in the choke, and he waited it out until the fighters eventually stood. Another shot from Bridgman earned him a top position briefly. Dunsky stood to his feet. The trend continued as Bridgman again shot for a takedown, and the round soon ended. Dunsky scored another takedown and mounted Bridgman. Somebody work was delivered to Bridgman. Bridgman's rib. Some body work was delivered to Bridgman's ribs. From mount, Dunsky stood and landed heavy looping shots as Bridgman called it quits. Brad Radke versus Sean Sullivan. Radke hammered Sullivan with a right hand early and rushed in with a heavy leather. He jumped on into a mount, and after a show of punches, the referee saved Sullivan from further damage. Giovanni Greco versus David Sorensen. Sorensen shot in immediately, and Greco stalled the position out. The wrestling of... Hold on, folks. Gotta put out my cigarette. The wrestling of Sorensen continued as he tried to climb a stalling Grieco. He briefly took the back of Grieco, but the fight returned to the stalled shot soon. Sorensen won the uneventful round. Sorensen slammed a heavy leg kick into Grieco's thigh early. 2 kicks, 3 kicks, and Grieco was definitely feeling those kicks, bud. Grieco soon returned the favor with a kick that caused Sorensen to fall. He jumped back to his feet and took a takedown for Sorensen. Later earned him Grieco's back. He ran down a storm of strikes and Grieco tapped under the fire. However, the flurry continued to reign because referee Mark Wallen somehow did not notice that Grieco was frantically tapping. Team Curran screamed to stop the fight, and finally Wallen jumped in and made the call. That was fight 1, 2, 3. Fight 3. No, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was fight 3. Fight 4. Cody Richards versus Alan Marag. Marag and Richards opened with a brawl before Marag took Richards to the ground. Marag began to land the big body shots and delivered a flurry from the top, causing Richards to tap. Anthony the Nightmare Shot versus Stan Janzico. Janzico initially got into the cage with his shoes on, but the cage officials noticed and had him remove them. The heavyweights collided immediately in a brainstorming brawl. Shot took Janzico to the ground, mounted him. Shot turned over and received a heavy flurry. Janzico covered up, and as Shot continued the attack soon after, the fight was stopped. And then my poor pitiful fight. Mike Mahern versus Tim Holman. Holman shot a double leg takedown and finished it with an exclamation point. He dropped a heavy bombs from the top position to a bellowed out Holman. The fight was just over as quick as it began. See, that's what pisses me off. I hate reporters. Anyways, Skylar Pentecosta versus Tyler the Riot Reese. Pentecosta shot in early and Reese reversed. After some brief guard work, Pentecosta stood but was caught within a guillotine. Reese cranked the choke and Pentecosta tapped and seemingly passed out at last second. The referee didn't see the immediate tap because he was at a bad angle. Chad Radke versus Michael Dane. Tap, double jab, and big takedown from Radke scored early. Dane held onto a guillotine attempt and that turned into more of a headlock as Radke was cleared from danger. Radke worked to break free from side control and finally he took Dan's back and delivered a flurry, prompting the ref to jump in and stop the fight. It's supposed to say. Radke pulled free from the ref and continued punching his already finished opponent. The referee grabbed Radke and pulled him away as the crowd protested the sportsmanship of Radke immediately with boos. Are you freaking for real? You've got to be kidding me. That's idiotic. Graham Livermore versus Daniel Flora. Flora shot for a takedown and it was stuffed by Livermore. Flora eventually finished the takedown and took Livermore to the mat. Flora continued to move to the mount and flurried. Livermore tried to move, but his only defense was laying and covering his head. The lack of movement caused the referee to jump in and stop the fight. Here are your quick results. Nick Dunsky defeated Sean Bridgman by verbal tap out due to strikes at 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the second round. Brian Radke defeated Sean Sullivan by TKO at 39 seconds of round 1. Dave Sorensen defeated Giovanni Grieco by tap out due to strikes at 1 minute and 6 seconds of round 2. Alan Marag defeated Cody Richards by tap out due to strikes at 1 minute and 2 seconds of round 1. Anthony the Nightmare Shot defeated Stan Janzico by TKO at 1 minute and 46 seconds of round 1. My poor pitiful fight, 9 seconds of round 1 due to tap out due to strikes. Tyler the Riot Reese defeated Skylar Pentecosta by guillotine choke at 1 minute and 40 seconds of round 1. Chad Radke defeated Michael Dane by TKO of round 1. Daniel Floor defeated Graham Livermore by TKO of round 1. There are your fights, folks, for that evening. If you go to www.mmarecap.com, you can see all the action. So, yeah. But anyways, folks, I know I kind of got on here a little late, but I am definitely going to get off. The hell? Did my phone fucking just die? Oh well, folks, I guess my phone died, so check this out on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and have a nice night.